It is Monday, May 29th, Memorial Day, and the market is actually closed. And I just wanted to give our first ever market update. So, first things first, this is the weekly chart on the S&P 500. You can see that all the way back from 2008, 2009, we have a trend line that's been respected as an uptrend line ever since until COVID. It rejects after COVID, and then we break above with the help of quantitative easing and lowering of interest rates. Now, when that stopped at the peak and inflation was out of control, we've been selling off. 2022 is really rough. People feel good because 2023 has been better. But as we're going to see, let me look at the daily chart here. As we look at the daily chart here, we have been pushing up. We're in this sort of ascending triangle, if you will. And if I were to redraw this trend line from 09, we are pretty close to it. It's a little off just because of how I drew it, but we are right about there. And so we're in this uptrend, and I drew this little triangle thing. Look, 1, 2 touches, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got some in here, couple more, and we could break out. We have a bullish engulfing candle here. And so that tends to mean there's more upside to come. And when I say bullish engulfing, look what we had before at a doji. It's a reversal candle, which means there's more upside. Now I'm going to turn on these EMAs and SMA. So I've got the 200 here, the 44, 8, and 10, and we're above all of them. I wouldn't be surprised with the talks over the weekend about the debt ceiling if we were to break out even higher. Now I would be cautious and want to see if we can break above this line that I've drawn. Here's our touch, 1, 2, and then this would be the third. So until then, I would be cautious. I do think it's very likely for more downside at any moment. Let's look at the VIX. Again, let's get these out. The VIX is so low. I don't feel like we've had a big event in so long, and I think it's overdue. And so the debt ceiling could cause something like that to happen, inevitably affecting the market. Let's go over to the Qs right quick. There is a channel of some sort here that I'm looking at. You may be wondering why we have this huge candle here. Well, NVIDIA posted earnings, and they were up 25% overnight. And let's go over to NVIDIA just so everyone can see. We were up 25% overnight. Look at that gap. And then we had a green day on Friday. And so I would be cautious here and say NVIDIA is probably going to end up giving back some of these gains. If you want to long here, by all means, but look, RSI is at 80. RSI is at 80, 80, 80. Every time we have that peak, we sell off at least a little, at least a little, at least a little. Here we are again, big sell-off. And then here. So if we were to go out to the weekly, it's even clearer. Look at this. RSI at 80 on the weekly, easy short opportunity. Same thing here. And so NVIDIA is the big cause of the NASDAQ running up so hard like it did here. Again, I would be cautious. As you can see, the moving averages can't even keep up with where the Qs are right now. One more place I want to stop and take a look at is IWM. This is the small cap index. We're forming a base of some sort here. And if you zoom in, it looks like this MACD is starting to roll over. Now, the IWM has been stagnant, or the Russell 2K, for the beginning of the year. We moved up, but look, we're in the exact same spot we started. I wouldn't be surprised if we were to see more downside in the coming days and weeks. This is going to be a leading indicator or a leading index. So where this goes, we should be able to see the SPY and the NASDAQ go as well. Time will tell. Now, let's do one more final thing before we finish this up. All right, here is the S&P 500. I don't want you to just say, hey, it could go up, could go down. This is where we're at. I'm going to give you some levels and say, I think you should watch these. All right, so let's start. First thing's 420. All right, clearly resistance, and clearly right here. We're stalled out. Again, I think we'll break higher, but we'll see. All right, next one, it's about 417.5. That is the next level I think we should all pay attention to. We can go way farther back and see, but it's a level where we have a lot of resistance. The next one is 415, and I would say if I could give any advice for this week, maybe the market moves higher. I can't tell. I don't know the future. But don't long under here. Do not long right here. You go short here, and we have so much space to the downside. And if you were to go long, wait till we break above and maybe a candle or two, some sort of close. We want to know that the market wants to move higher. So I would just say be cautious. Okay, don't be an idiot. Short at the resistance, long at the support. It's very simple. Just be safe this week. With that being said, I hope everyone has a great Memorial Day and is ready for the week ahead.